Innovation, imagination, wonder. These are just some of the words used to describe Dr. Harvey Passes. Dr. Passes explores interesting people and ideas that will stimulate you. He questions the people who develop, create, and employ novel concepts in business and everyday lives. He especially loves to speak with successful people. How did they do it? How can you do it too? So let's join Dr. Harvey Passes in his quest of wonder and curiosity as we watch Dr. Harvey Passes Presents.
What a conundrum. What a conundrum. I don't know what to do. I'm a little bit confused. You know my love of Long Island wines. But recently, I met with a gentleman who has been on the show previously, and he told me of a passionate project. I like that, passionate project, that he was involved with, a vision, if you will, of bringing not just Long Island wines to you, but bringing all of New York State's wines to you. Fascinating idea, terrific concept, and you're going to be taking a tour right now, New York State, away from Long Island, but actually we'll be on Long Island, but we're going to be off Long Island. And we're going to go up to the Finger Lakes while we're still on Long Island. How am I going to do that? Well, you're going to see. This is going to be very interesting, very exciting. But before we get to our topic of today, I'm going to have you meet two very interesting people. First, no stranger to you, is James, or I'm going to call you Jim. Silver, and you are the manager of Peconic Bay Winery. Where is it located?
That's in Cutchogue on the North Fork.
Okay, Cutchogue on the North Fork of good old Long Island. Terrific. And a great winery it is.
Thanks.
Seated to your left is a new individual, a new friend, okay, which is just terrific, Steve Shaw. Stephen Shaw, it is a pleasure
Likewise.
for you to come down here. I appreciate you taking the time. And you are from, what region are you from in New York State?
The Finger Lakes.
The Finger Lakes region. And what is the name of your winery?
My father-in-law's winery is Shaw Vineyard.
Shaw Vineyard.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is going to be exciting. We're going to get a chance to taste some of your wines, but let me just bring it back quickly because we got a lot of tasting to do here, so we got to get moving. Okay, first, you and I had a conversation, oh, God knows, I don't know, a year or so ago, whenever it was, and we were talking all about your vision. Quickly, what's your vision?
I wanted to make this very large state a little bit smaller. You just don't see all the wines from all the regions in any one place. I thought it would be terrific to bring them all together under one roof.
Okay, so your idea was to find a location, which you did out in, I think, the Tanger Outlet, and take some space out there, and you put in that space wines from where?
All over New York.
All over New York.
The Hudson Valley, the Adirondacks, the Thousand Islands, the Finger Lakes, of course, Long Island naturally. But we tried to touch every single part of the state that we could.
Okay.
Oh, and Niagara, too.
And Niagara, okay. So what a lot of people don't know is that at one point in time, New York State produced more wine, more gallons of wine, than any other place in the United States. Then it became overtaken by California.
Sure.
And then recently, I'm not sure if it was Oregon or Washington, I think it's Washington, overtook it. So we are, I think, number 3 right now. But people don't really understand how big a wine-producing state we truly are, which is great. So the bottom line is that as an outgrowth of Peconic Bay Winery, you created something called, what's the name of this place where people can go taste wine?
This is called Empire State Cellars.
Empire State Cellars. And I happen to really like, you were about to say something.
I was, as a matter of fact. Well, I've really enjoyed your show over the years, and you've done as much for Long Island wine and New York wine as anyone. I wanted you to have your very own sommelier's apron.
Oh, I love it.
From Empire State Cellars.
I'm putting it on. I am putting this on. I love it because when I go to France and I visit with the French, you see the sommelier wearing an apron so that they can talk. I got my microphone there, and they can discuss wine, which is fantastic. Okay, I'm set. I'm ready to go.
The apron is very traditional in the wine business.
Absolutely. Very French, as we say. Okay, let's get down to business here now. So now we're going to taste some wines. Oh, let me just talk to my to my viewer for 1 second. So over the next year, we're going to have fun. I have been bringing to you Long Island wines. We're going to continue with my good friend Jim Silver. We're going to be tasting wines from all over the state, and we're going to learn all about the regions. So today, Jim was great to get Steve and bring him down, pull him by the ear from the Finger Lakes to talk all about the Finger Lakes region. So let's begin right now. Let's taste the first wine, and then we're going to get into talking about the region. What is the first wine that we're going to be tasting, Steve?
The first wine we have is our 2005 Lightly Oaked Chardonnay.
Can you pass it over, please?
Absolutely.
Like it's passed
Absolutely.
over. Great,
yes.
Thank you. All right, so let's pour a little bit of this, and I love these glasses. They're really great. And just to, now you said it's lightly oaked,
Yes,
correct?
lightly oaked.
Okay, that's fine. I can leave this right here. And talk to me about this. Is it 100% Chardonnay, and is it from your property?
It is 100% Chardonnay. It's 100% estate as well. We have 2 vineyard properties, one on Seneca Lake and one on Keuka Lake. This Chardonnay is from Keuka Lake.
Okay, so it's 100% Keuka Lake grapes. Okay, and what, you know, I confess that I don't know a lot about the region. You got 13% alcohol, and tell me about how many acres do you have under vines?
We have roughly 60 acres. As far as vinifera, we have about 20. So we have 40 acres of what's known as Labrusca, the traditional hybrid varietals that are very popular.
The grapes that have been here when Columbus came.
Niagara, Delaware, these sort of things. Concord, Catawba, exactly.
Okay,
Yep.
great. So this does not use any of those in it. This is all vinifera. This is all you
It
said.
is vinifera, yes.
Okay,
It's vinifera.
so when I'm smelling this, let me see if my cameraman can get a close-up of this. That's great while we're talking. So when I smell the glass, I'm getting a little pineapple. I'm getting some soft butterscotch, and it's light. The color is also very light, which is wonderful. How long is this left in oak, or is there oak chips?
We always do oak.
Okay.
Only oak, yes. All the time is spent in oak barrels. This was in oak probably 6 months, so relatively lightly oaked.
Oh, very pleasant.
And it's holding up very well. You notice it's a 2005.
This is a 2005.
It's a 2005. We really believe
Wow.
in being able to age white wines.
Wow. Did we get this already? Okay, fine, I'll put it back. Oh, this is great. So if you can put it back there, that would be
Absolutely,
great.
yes.
This is a lovely wine. It's got nice legs. I can't believe it. It's a 6-year-old bottle of wine. It's holding up very well.
Thank you.
Oh, wow, this goes with fish. This goes with lots of things.
Absolutely.
Excellent, excellent.
That's really what we're trying to do, is create a line of food-friendly wines. Really food-friendly
That's terrific.
wines.
Let's put them inside and pass that over. So you can do that, do the same. And let's go to your next wine that you have, which I see here as a Gewürztraminer. I love Gewürztraminer. Gewürztraminer to me is fabulous. This to me is great with Asian food, with charcuterie, all sorts of nice spicy dishes. This is wonderful. So we've got this here. I don't know if we can get a close-up of this. And that is great. Okay. Now, your dad started the winery?
My father started in the wine business really when he was, probably a teenager. He worked at the Taylor Wine Company.
No
So
kidding.
he was on the bottling line at the Taylor Wine Company. He did tours at Pleasant Valley Winery.
Really?
So, and as well, my mother's side of the family has been in the business since probably 1968. So
Really?
my family's been in the wine business literally my whole life. So, you know, I'm the second
Wow.
generation,
Like you.
third generation on my mom's side.
And 13% again.
That's what you're going to find with Finger Lakes wines, the low alcohol content in reds and whites. Whites, it's always going to be low alcohol, but
Very
reds,
European in style.
old world in style. You took the words right out of my mouth. Yes.
This is really what attracted us to the winery too. The style of the wines is just so classic.
They are classic. This is very, What year is this thing here? I'm
That's
getting
an
some
07.
little tannin in there. Wow.
And that's all our, it's all stainless steel. Riesling and Gourds, all
Wow, put
stainless
this
steel.
back there.
Yep.
Fascinating, interesting. Now, Empire State Cellars, I think I love the name because it exemplifies what you're doing, trying to get wines from Empire State. Can we get a shot of this and see that? Now, you have, God, I went into the shop. I could not believe how many wines you have from New York State. Look at that shot. That's just one wall, and that's not even the full wall.
No, we can't take a picture of the wall. It's too big.
It's too big, it's right. It's just fantastic. Now, can people do tastings at your shop.
Yeah, well, that was one of the best parts of it, is that it's a tasting room and a wine merchant. Anyone can come in and taste whatever we happen to have open that day. And we change it almost every day, too.
Right.
So there's always a good variety of wines from all over the state being open. We make it a point to have wines from all around the region open at any given time. So you can try something from Niagara and the Finger Lakes and Long Island and Thousand Islands all on the same day.
Wow, that's fantastic. Now you're able to do this because you're an extension of your winery.
Really, yeah. As a matter of fact, you know, farm wineries are permitted to have separate tasting rooms around the state, and they're also permitted to show other people's wines. I mean, that's was a smart thing they put into the law to make the state a little bit smaller. We took advantage of that and put 500 of them in.
Wow. So 500
different wines.
500 different
All from New
wines.
York.
All from New York. What a fun thing that is to do, to learn all about our glorious state. Most people don't know. You know, they think New York State wine, they think of, you know, kosher Concord grape. Anyway, I shouldn't say that, but
well, we
so
have that
sweet.
too.
Yeah, I know. Oh, nice dry wine, but good fruit in the back of my mouth.
Absolutely.
Wow, I'm getting peaches, I'm getting apricots in the back of my mouth on this. And it's got nice acid to stand up the food.
Very
wow.
intense.
What year is that again?
That's an 07.
I can't believe your wines.
They're holding up. Well-made white wine will hold up really, really well. Same as red wine. Well-made wine, period, will hold up for many, many years.
I'm shocked.
Many, many
I
years.
was thinking that you were going to bring wines that were like 2010. Maybe the oldest would be 2009. I didn't think 2005.
That's really our
7?
philosophy. Really just, I mean, we're in no rush. We really are in no rush. So
Wow.
whites and reds can properly age.
Very, very food-friendly wines.
Thank you.
There's no question about it. We've got to do dinners in restaurants.
I'd love to.
And I've got a great idea. Well, I said it, so I think it's a great idea. But I got a great idea. You know, people have to either come out to Long Island, let's say if they're in the city, or they're in Queens, or they're in Nassau, and they got to come out, which is not so terrible, or they got to drive 4 to 5 hours or 5.5 hours to go up to the Finger Lakes. What if we picked restaurants within Queens or Nassau County, and we brought the winery there, and it's nothing for the people to come there for dinner. Sure. And then they can taste the wines from the States, and we can periodically show the various winemakers. Is that something that would appeal to you?
It's a great
I
idea.
think that would be great. You know, customers love that too. They really do. I mean, it's entertaining. It's usually a very decent value, especially when you think about, you know, tasting 12 wines in a night.
I think that's a fantastic idea. We're making a cuvee here behind the table. Anyway, this, when my cameraman gets back to the camera, I just want to show everyone, you made me aware, Jim, of a publication, magazine, brochure, I don't know what you want to call this thing. I've never seen this before coming to Empire State Cellars. This is fantastic. In this one glossy magazine, everything on wine in New York State. And you didn't even see this, and you're a winemaker.
Until I met him, that's when I saw it.
I didn't see this.
Yeah.
I mean, an Uncork New York. By the way, my friend came up with that title, Hank Bonner, years and years and years ago. Uncork New York. How can people get one of these things from the great state of New York?
Well, I honestly, I'd love to take credit for that, but that's from the New York Wine and Grape Foundation. There is a website associated with that, and I'm sure they'd be able to get it from them.
Okay, so we'll say it again. What is it called again?
New York Wine and Grape Foundation.
New York Wine and Grape Foundation.
Yep, the website's right on the front cover.
Where the website? Oh, so just go to www.newyorkwines.org.
Right.
Can't be simpler than that. newyorkwines.org, and that's plural. And this way, you want to get one of these, they have to have this also on the internet. In other words, it's got to be digital so that you can just click on and see it, which is great. I mean, I looked through this thing. This thing looks like it would cost a lot of money if I wanted to buy it. It's done beautifully well, and it talks all about the Finger Lakes. What's so special about the Finger Lakes? Why would I want to go up there besides visiting your winery?
Well, besides us, of course.
And then there's nothing else?
There's beautiful scenery. It's a real historic area. The Finger Lakes, there's probably 11 or 12 Finger Lakes. So you've got 125 wineries, 140 wineries around there in the Finger Lakes. So throughout the main lakes where the wineries are on Keuka,
right.
Seneca, Cayuga. So there's 3 lakes at most of the wineries on. There's also wineries on Hemlock Lake and Skinny Atlas. And
I wouldn't want to drink something from Hemlock. I mean, come on. Look what happened to Socrates. You know, but I mean, I think that's fantastic. So now we're drinking Pinot Grigio.
This is Labella Pinot Grigio. This is my little project.
This is yours exclusively?
It's a little project that I do, yes.
Okay, here we go. Let's check this out and let's see, you know. Let's see. Oh, good nose. Obviously, you're using Pinot Gris.
Yes.
Okay? A lot of people don't realize that. They think the grape's Pinot Grigio.
Exactly.
And it's not. It's Pinot Gris. I love Pinot Gris.
And there's been Pinot Gris in the Finger Lakes, I would say probably 20 to 25 years. There's been Pinot Gris up there.
Oh, wow. Nice little... What is there, dosage? Did you add some sugar to this?
There's a tiny bit of residual sugar. This is
from fermentation, you're saying?
We actually add some sweeter, just a little bit of sweeter injection, if you will, of some wine. So this has about 1.4% residual sugar.
What a lovely wine.
Just sweet enough, not too much.
This is going to be great tonight with the Asian food for my office party.
Absolutely.
They're going to go nuts over this.
Absolutely.
My staff's going to get a chance to... we're having my dental office staff going to a great restaurant for Asian food tonight, and we're going to take them to the Finger Lakes, which will be really cool. This is delightful.
Really?
Thank you.
I didn't expect it, you know?
Thank you. All 3, the Gewurz, the Riesling, and the Pinot Gris are really Alsatian in style as far as inspired.
Oh, this is fun.
Thank you.
Very nice. It's got good fruit, a nice amount of sweetness without it being too... It's not cloying at all, and this is by no means a dessert wine. But this is just a lot of fun, which is great. Okay, now we're moving up to the big boys. And on the big boys, we're going to Pinot Noir. I love Pinot Noir. How long have you been growing Pinot Noir up there?
Pinot Noir has been growing, seriously growing probably 20 years.
20 years.
The region has really, really taken off, if you will, in the past probably 15 years, especially the past 10 years. Because for many, many years, the region was known as really a Labrusca area of sparkling wine. It's really known for sparkling wine. The Taylor Wine Company, Gold Seal, they're all based on sparkling wines.
I got to stop you from talking. I got to stop you from talking. I stuck my nose in this thing. I got sugar beets. I got wonderful sugar beets. Well, I don't have to drink it. All I want to do is smell it. Oh, my God.